Could it really be happening? Could we actually get brand new beta information as early as this week? We've got some more information about that. Plus, we're going to be talking about aiming down sights. Is that something you could do in Fallout 76? They haven't shown anything indicating that in the gameplay or trailers. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the map. We're going to go over the brand new graphics updates to this game and also talk about some potential stuff you can get from Vault 76 before leaving. But yes, guys, welcome back, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wanderers, to Open World Games. We've got a lot to talk about, but once again, I have to remind you, smack that subscribe button, follow me on Facebook, turn on notifications for both, because you won't miss an update if you do. So guys, let's do this, shall we? So yeah, the beta is on the horizon. We're nearing the end of October, and this was a question out on Twitter from Shane, who says, what will the Fallout 76 beta length be? I'm still confused about that. Will we be playing it until the full game comes out? And Pete Hines responded saying, we'll have more information for you on that soon, hopefully this week. End quote. I'm hyped. I'm hoping that this information drops this week as well. It sounds like they're cooking up something. They're prepping up some delicious info for us, if you will. So hopefully that actually does land this week. It's not a guarantee, of course. We'll see what happens. But since we are nearing the end of September, I'm expecting this information to drop at any moment. And I will have it for you guys. Now, another question was asked by Juicy's iFunny, who says, hey, Pete, will we have any new gameplay images to look for before the beta month, October? And Pete Hines responded saying, oh yeah, we have plans. So something is coming, guys. Very, very soon. They're doing something over there. It's killing me, all these teases. They definitely know how to hype up their game at this point. And I'm really hoping that we do get proper, developer diaries and stuff like that. So yeah, some of you guys did actually, comment on some of my videos. I'm seeing it pop up elsewhere on forums and stuff like that about aim down sights. Is this a mechanic in Fallout 76? Can you do this, or has it been abandoned? Or are you going to be like playing the game like Halo? So this was the question from Trolltastic, who says, I hate to ask this, but I have not seen this in any of the gameplay thus far in Fallout 76, but it's aim down sights in the game. Everything I have seen looks like firing from the hip. And Pete Hines responded, of course. So yes, you can expect this game to work much like previous Fallout games. They're not like dumbing down the gameplay mechanics in any way. They really haven't shown the aim down sights. It's actually a really good point. So good eye on that one. But that's good news. Alright, so some of you may have missed this one, so I did want to cover it. I've seen it going around the news for some reason, but let's talk about it. So, this is the news. This is the official name of Fallout 76's map. So what is it? You may already know, but Bethesda has confirmed that the map in Fallout 76 will be called Appalachia, West Virginia, where the game is set, sits within the Appalachian region in real life. So it makes sense to name the map as such, much like the Capital Wasteland. And this is going to encompass, of course, several different states. So what's interesting about that is there's lots of theories going around in the community right now because of this name. And since this game is a live service, that could give Bethesda a real opportunity to constantly expand this map in many different ways. Will that happen? We'll see. My personal take is that they would rather have the existing map as is and alter it much like games like Fortnite is doing. So I think that's what they could potentially do. Of course, you're going to be altering the map on your own with other players nuking each other, and you'll see alterations in that way. But I think they want to push that. I'm hoping at least they want to push that and kind of mirror what Fortnite is doing. I would love to see the map change up and like have new spaces and new different radiation appear in certain areas. I think that would be really, really cool. Let me know what you make of that. They can even have factions roll in, new faction buildings, what have you. Suddenly a new settlement has appeared. Stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see from, map changes. I mean, I have heard some really cool comments in my videos as well, like a nuclear winter would roll in and stuff like that. Can you imagine? So there's a lot of potential with this being a live service. So yeah, let's talk about the graphical improvements and updates. So this was a really cool Reddit post. Let's pop that up. This comes from Altian, who says, will Fallout 76 be a graphical improvement from Fallout 4? He says, this might have already been addressed. And if it is a dumb question, sorry. There's never any dumb questions. But he says, but will Fallout 76 be a graphics upgrade? I heard it is using a lot of the same from Fallout 4. And I know they aren't that far apart and on the same system. I was mostly just curious. I have a nice gaming PC, but all my friends are on console, so I'm just weighing which one I want to buy it for, end quote. Well, I think at the end of the day, I'm going to go with PC, but we do have some official responses and information from various articles. I'm going to source those in the description below, so you can find those yourself if you want further reading. But right here it says the Fallout 76 engine. Fallout 76 is set to feature a whole suite of improvements. At E3, Todd Howard boasted that the game would feature some 16 times the detail. It also includes a new lighting system, vastly improved weather effects, and a whole lot more. Howard also clarified that every game Bethesda produces advances their engine. He stated that Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6, will be even more advanced, end quote. So that's really cool. Whatever they're going to do with Fallout 76, whatever improvements are going to carry over, of course, to the next iteration of Bethesda titles, which I think is pretty neat. So you'll always see this jump in graphics, and I can already tell that this game is more detailed than Fallout 4. Now, also, this is what Todd Howard also went on to say about this. He said, we wanted every aspect to be better, from the graphics to how the controls work, the gunplay, enemy AI, overlapping quests. In Fallout 4, we tried so many new things and redid so many things we had before. We took our lessons in how you strike that balance going into Fallout 76. We improved the hit detection for Fallout 76. It feels much better, and you won't notice unless you go back to Fallout 4 and compare the two games. There are a lot of things we redid for Fallout 76 that I don't know if people will notice. So there's a lot of nuances, it sounds like. And that's an end quote right there. But yeah, moving on. Also, the official word about Fallout 76's engine is this. Fallout 76 uses a modified version of Bethesda's creation engine designed to accommodate multiplayer gameplay. Work on modifying the engine was carried out by Bethesda Game Studios Austin. Now, the modified engine also allowed the development team to incorporate new lighting models, rendering processes, and more accurate terrain mapping. These allowed the development team to create a world with 16 times more detail than was possible with previous iterations of the creation engine. The game also will have a dynamic weather system, which we did cover in a previous video. I'll throw that in the description below, but this will allow for localized climatic changes and greater draw distances, meaning that these weather events can be observed by the player from very far away, which is really, really cool. So if you missed that information previously, there it is, all the details about what's going on with the graphics engine. I'm sure that there's going to be tons of breakdowns related to the graphics engine. Really looking forward to seeing also the comparisons from, PC, PS4, Xbox One. That's always a thing, of course. And, the definitive edition would, at the end of the day, be the PC version. But for the most part, Fallout 4 ran pretty good on the Xbox One and PS4. Now, another Redditor also noted something really cool. He says, free bobblehead in the starting vault. And this comes from ScottM3, who says, I was rewatching the teaser trailer and I saw the bobblehead. Let's pop that open and see what he's talking about. So there's the bobblehead right there, and this looks to be in Vault 76. He goes on to say, awesome, right? But how do we know that this is in the vault? So I then rewatched the other trailer and found this photo with the same wallpaper. He basically clarifies that that is Vault 76. So before you leave the vault, go get your free bobblehead, most likely in the starting room. Now, here's the catch. It doesn't look like any other bobbleheads which provide a skill point. It is closer to the Charisma skill bobblehead in Fallout 4. So whether skill bobbleheads are in Fallout 76 or not, it's something to check, end quote. And a lot of people noted it might be just for decoration, but if it is an actual bobblehead, I think it'll work like this, and it's just a theory. It'll be in the tutorial phase of the game. They'll tell you, hey, there's a bobblehead over there, and you will have to pick it up, like no matter what, before leaving the vault. Because as Pete Hines indicated previously, you'll leave the vault and there's going to be nothing really important to go back to. So if that is the case, that won't be optional to pick up. It'll be part of the game's tutorial, letting you know that there's bobbleheads in the world and you need to pick these up if you see them. So I think that's how it's going to work. Maybe. We'll see. Or it could be a decoration. We'll have to wait and find out. What do you guys make of it? Let me know. But yep, it's time for top comments. Let's do this. Leave a comment down below. Remember, it could end up in a future video. So this comment comes from the Canadian Jake16, who says, what if Fallout 76 had radiated horses called rad horses? Wouldn't that be awesome? It sure would be. And I would imagine that they would look like this right here. There's your first look at a rad horse in Fallout 76. You never know. Alright, our next top comment comes from The Real Gaming Phoenix, who says, you know when you start off a video like, what in the world is going on? Instead of that, you should say, what in the open world is going on? Can we get a drum roll here? I'm going to have to remember that one. I'm going to remember that one for the future. I think if I say it like that, it would be super cheesy and it would grate on people's nerves over time. That's the only thing. But he got the very top comment on that one. All right, the next one comes from, let's see, how do you say this name? iPixel, who says, no, it's not the beta. It's just 100 megabyte to have the license on the console. My Black Ops 4 and other pre-ordered games are all 100 megabytes, dude is lying for attention. He says, edit. I'm not talking about open world. I'm talking about the guy who claimed to have the beta that's lying. How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. I completely understood what you were talking about from the very beginning. So if you guys missed it, there was like a whole Twitter post out there that claimed that someone had downloaded the beta, that they were playing the beta and stuff like that. I don't know why people do it. I'm not too sure, but it also looks like that you can kind of pre-prepare, I guess you would say, your copy of Fallout, try sending whatever, the special edition, whatever that's called, and pre-prepare that and get that ready to go with a simple 100 megabyte download. So everyone's going around claiming they have the game and, falsifying stuff. And the official word is the beta is going to be beginning in October. No one outside of Bethesda is playing the game. All right, the next top comment comes from PolyZ911, excuse me. He says, I want to be able to become a ghoul, so when I see other players, I can call them Smoth skins. So, what I think would be cool is if they had perhaps like a PvP mechanic where you can kind of invade other players' games as like different creatures. That would have to be, on a different server, but I think it would also make for perhaps a special event they could run during the weekend to really test that out as a possible permanent gameplay mechanic. But they could do all sorts of tests with playing as different creatures down the road as specific events again, just to test the waters. I think that might be a very cool opportunity for Bethesda to play around with that type of mechanic. Well, all right, we've got another top comment from Min Ali Ozturk, I think it is. And he says this, third time asking this, can you build on bridges? Good question. I'm not too sure. So we'll have to wait and find out. I know with another game, which was State of Decay 2, you could build an outpost on a bridge. Again, you can't build everywhere. So we'll have to see. And I don't know if they would want you to build on a bridge if it's a super important pathway. We'll have to find out. But guys, thank you once again for watching. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more Fallout 76 and, of course, Open World Gaming goodness. Loved the comments. Keep them rolling in. I just enjoy reading your comments so much with you guys. And thank you so much for the support. I will see you guys later and soon enough in the Wasteland. Take care, guys. See you later.